Hey, 365 Badasses, Laura Francis from laurafrancis.com.au, coming to you today from a different location in my office. I'm sitting on this super comfy lounge. It's like the most comfortable lounge ever. It's just a single armchair, and I bought it years ago, and it's the softest thing in the world. I think it'd be akin to sitting inside a cloud. Okay, I'll just invite a couple of people to join me on the live stream, and then we shall get started. Right. Let's get started. Alright, so I guess firstly, why was I inspired? What inspired me to do a live stream about self-love and talk about self-love and business? Are they anything to do with each other, really? Oh, hell yes, they are. Okay, so today is Self-Love Day in 365 Badass. That's the theme of today. So, you know, it's all about how you show yourself some self-love, what you're going to do today to love thyself. Okay, and there's a lot of ways that we can love ourselves, but what does that actually have to do with business and building your fucking online empire? Everything. It has everything to do with building your online empire. All right, so I have just invited a few people in. I shall just invite a few more randomly, and then I'm going to get started. Random people, hello there. Whoever has joined me, please say hi. Okay, got a couple coming in. Okay, Brian, hey mate, thanks for joining. Today is all about self-love in 365 Badass, Brian. I'm not sure if you've actually seen the theme post for today, because it's Friday here in Australia. It's only Thursday for you guys, but oh, why won't it let Charmaine see anything? Hang on one sec. Okay, I've got a lady trying to come in to look at the live stream, and she, Facebook's not really allowing her to do so. Okay, so the theme post for today, it's Beardless Brian. It is Beardless Brian. I'm coming from a different location today, Brian. I'm sitting on my super comfy lounge. Oh my goodness, this woman cannot get in on my live stream. I don't know what's going on. Facebook. So now I'm just wasting live stream time. It won't let her in. I don't know why it won't let her in. Add people to the group. S-H-E-R-M-A. All right, just bear with me. Sorry. A little bit of fucking around going on here. All right. Oh, okay. No, Brian, the post is, it's the theme post, because I'm adding theme posts to the group every day now. So there's always a theme, a method to the madness, so to speak. There's a thread that people are to get on, and that's what we're supposed to talk about for the day. And today's is all about self-love. It's about what you're going to do today to love thyself. So really that's the fundamentals of it. So, oh, I can't get this lady in. I'm not even going to worry right now, because I just want to do my fucking live stream. It's a bit high maintenance. So I guess I wanted to talk today about, clearly I want to talk today about self-love and what is self-love and why it matters in a business. Yes, I'm always epic with my timing, Brian. You should even know that now. Okay, so I put a post up on my profile, and I do believe I actually shared it in the group yesterday also. I just want to pull that up. So, hey, who's joined me? Say hi there. Say hi. I'm just looking for something. I'm not meaning to waste anybody's time here, so please just bear with me. All right, there was a post that I shared And I can't fucking find it. Okay, anyway, too hard. Hey, Shemane, you made it. Shemane, you made it in. Well done. Okay, I can't find the post that I was looking for as a reference point. But anyway, so today I'm going to talk about self-love and what is it and why it's critical to your business success. So I guess the thing we do constantly is, as human beings, we're extraordinarily self-deprecating, right? I know us Aussies are very self-deprecating. It's just something that we do. So when it comes to business, it's actually really, really important to love yourself and to rise up and to appreciate everything about you. And the reason that it's important, I guess, is for your self-esteem, among other things, but it actually also sends out really good juju to the universe and inspires the universe to start sending stuff back to you, like good stuff back to you. So, but I posted I really want to find it. I posted a question or a statement on my profile just a couple of days ago. And one of my girlfriends jumped on and she said that it was something that was actually really, really hard to do. I really want to pull it up because it's all context, right? God damn it. God damn it. Oh, here we go. The post was, hey, Shemane, love without hesitation, resistance, boundaries, limitations, and fear. Love unconditionally, love fiercely, love unapologetically, right? And there was a friend of mine jumped on the thread, and I also posted it in this group, and one of the guys in the group jumped on the thread, and it's basically love something that people find really hard to do for themselves. And you know, I used to beat myself up like a fucking motherfucker. I hated myself big time, and that's because I was constantly thrown hateful stuff from those that were supposed to love me. So I thought I was like the biggest fucking ass in the world. I thought there was nothing good about me and certainly nothing love-worthy, right? And so while you're in that state of lack around self-love and self-appreciation and self-respect, you're actually putting all of that back out into the universe. So while you're not feeling the love for thyself, you're actually not showing love for anybody else. But aside from that, when you don't love yourself, it's impossible for others to love you the way you deserve to be loved, because you can't love or receive love, you can't give or receive love until you actually love yourself first. So if you love somebody but there's boundaries, restrictions, limitations, guidelines, you know, rules and conditions tied to that love, that means that within you, you also have those boundaries, rules, limitations, guidelines, and conditions around the love that you have for yourself. So you're only allowing yourself to receive so much love because somewhere inside of you, there's a broken part of your mindset that doesn't believe that you're worthy. So how then does that impact across the board into your and into your business, and how does it impact on your success? How does it actually stifle, strangle, stop your business success when you don't love yourself? Okay, that is a really big question. All right, and I'm not going to answer it in every element today, but I will touch on parts. If you don't love yourself, you can't value yourself, which in turn means that you feel you have no self-worth, right? Or you have no self-worth, so you feel that you're worthless. So when it comes to putting your offers and products out into the marketplace, you don't have any value around yourself or what you're doing, so you constantly doubt everything that you do, everything that you say, every message that you put out there. If you're lacking self-love, you're lacking across the board. And it's like absolutely imperative. Let me just get up close for a second. It's absolutely imperative that we love ourselves. If we don't love ourselves, we can't trust ourselves. And while we don't love ourselves, we don't allow ourselves to receive. And if we're not in a place of allowance and where we're allowing ourselves to receive, we're also not allowing ourselves to give. So if you can't receive and you can't give, what have you got? You've got emptiness, right? And things just don't work that way. I mean, you need to be able to love. Now, one of my girlfriends said when I posted that the other day about love without hesitation, resistance, boundaries, limitations, and fear, love unconditionally, love fiercely, love unapologetically, she's actually said that that's got to be one of the scariest posts I've seen you write. Now, I write some pretty out there stuff, right? But that actually scares her because she doesn't trust enough to love herself unconditionally and unapologetically and in all of those ways that I mentioned. And I know her. I love her dearly. She's an absolutely beautiful person, but I know that she's a little bit broken on the inside, which we all are, right? We've all got our own parts of us that are broken. And my beautiful friend, she that actually scares her. It scares her to love without hesitation, resistance, boundaries, limitations, and fear, and to love unconditionally, fiercely, and unapologetically. Because that means she has to be like that with herself. Now, it absolutely breaks my heart that she's like that, and I used to be the exact same person. But you cannot live a fulfilled and consciously awakening life if you don't learn to love yourself. Because you need to love yourself, because love is consciousness, right? Love is awareness and awakening, and love actually facilitates happiness, joy, fun, excitement, freedom, and all of those things. So if you're not loving yourself, you're really cutting yourself or setting yourself up for a fall, and you're selling yourself short because you're not giving yourself the opportunities that you could afford yourself if you were to actually love yourself wholly and solely. And it's really ironic that I'm actually sitting next to my bookshelf, and this book is a really fucking good book. Now, Jen Sincero actually is fucking hilarious. I will just add, I'm just doing a little bit of a plug for a fellow entrepreneur and writer here. At every point in this book, after she has made she's written a chapter and she's explained her reasons, she's justified, she's given you education and inspiration and all of that, at every point, and love yourself. It always comes up at the end of everything. It's like, and love yourself. So she could be talking about fear is for suckers, right? Chapter 20, let's just pull that open. So she goes through fear is for suckers. So then it's all about flipping fear and all of the stuff. And then down the bottom, and love yourself, right? And love yourself and you will be invincible. Because love is actually multifaceted and it's extraordinarily powerful. Love is aligned with with source energy, which obviously comes directly from the consciousness of the universe. And so when you love, you actually align yourself with source energy and allow everything to flow freely to you and from you. Okay? So if you're struggling in areas in your business or in your life and you think, fuck, why is it all so fucking hard? Perhaps you should just choose to love yourself just a little bit more. You can love is just so goddamn deep. And I used to think that it was egotistical and arrogant and fucking, you got your head up your own ass to love yourself, because that's how I was raised. But the thing is, when I actually learned to love myself, when I allowed myself to love myself for the person that I was and the person that I was growing into being, that's when all of the shit started to fall away from my life. And I mean shit as in my violent, abusive ex-husband. Shit as in my fucking violent, abusive family. Shit as in people who were just toxic around me. Because when you love yourself and you love yourself hard, there is no room for toxic energy around you, because it can't hold space in the same area as love. Toxicity has no traction when it's surrounded by love, right? Now, I know that there's a lot of people and clients, former and current clients, who have said to me, Laura, you're so fierce and you love so hard. And I do, right? And I'm fierce in my messaging, but I'm fierce in my love. I fiercely want everybody to succeed. I fiercely want women in particular to become more empowered. I actually fiercely want all of those who are disempowered and don't love to love so they can live the lifestyle that they desire, that they've been told that they're not allowed to have because they're not worthy, and that they believe that. I actually want to abolish all of that shit. And so when you open yourself up to allowing yourself to love, you actually open yourself up to allowing yourself to receive, which then opens you up to allowing yourself to give your goodness to the world, and that is then reciprocated and returned in kind in soul level clients. You know, a beautiful tribe. Like, I love my tribe. I love my tribe so hard. But I also love it when some people in my tribe actually disappear, when they self-filter and they move away from my tribe because they're not actually genuine, wholehearted tribe members. And I'm down with that, right? So self-love is entirely critical to your business success. It is entirely critical to your happiness. It is entirely critical to your relationships. And you can't have any of that if you don't love yourself first. Now, when I was chatting with one of my beautiful clients earlier in the week, because I do my coaching calls primarily on a Monday and on a Friday, and when I was chatting with one of my gorgeous girls on Monday, I'm a big believer in journaling, as a lot of you would know, and I spend 2 to 3 hours every day, head down, ass up, journaling like a motherfucker, right? It works beautifully for me in so many ways. It helps me to tap into my desires. It helps me to tap into what I love about myself and what I love about the world as a whole. It helps me to share my gratitude. It helps me to define my future reality. It helps me in so many ways. It helps me to get a stronger connection with my tribe. It helps me with my messaging. It helps me work out what it is I'm going to offer to you guys, what I'm going to sell to you guys, how I'm going to help you guys. It helps me across the board, but it helps me to genuinely love myself. And so I was speaking with one of my girls the other day, and she's like, I feel like I can't leave the house until I've done all of this stuff. I've got so much work to do, and I feel like I can't get out, and I'm missing out on my social life, basically, in short. She felt as though she was missing out on the social aspects of her life that she actually loves, which are self-love treatments for her. And I said to her, but don't you understand? That's why I'll go out 3 to 5 mornings a week, and I'll take my dog for a short walk, and then I'll go to a coffee shop and I'll sit down with a pot of tea, an endless pot of tea I have, right? And I'll journal. Because what I'm actually doing is I'm journaling, which is really critical to my business growth and success and my clarity and my consciousness. But I'm journaling because I love it and I love to write, and you know, it's loving myself by writing. And I'm actually loving myself because I love going out and spending time in nature, by the beach, surrounded by people and with my dog, and I love spoiling myself by sitting in a coffee shop. So I'm actually loving on myself for 3 hours every single morning. All right. And that love actually then translates in so many different ways in across the board in my business and in my life. So self-love is really, really important. You can't love, you can't have a completely fulfilled life and a thriving business and be completely and utterly successful in business and in life if you're not loving hard on yourself. So no matter what you do, you need to love yourself first. Okay? If you don't love yourself, you can't expect to be able to receive love, the love that you seek externally from other people, if you're not loving yourself first. Because there's no way anyone can love you in a way that you don't love yourself, because you won't be able to recognize it. So if you want a tribe that loves you, that is loyal to you, that follows you, that is fiercely committed to you, you need to be all of that to yourself. All right. If you want to sell high ticket offers and you want to position yourself so that you know, you attract soul level clients, you've got to be that person on a soul level yourself. You can't do any of it without it. It's just impossible. So that's just my live stream for you today. Just a very short, sweet one, all about self-love. It's important. Some will love it, some won't, but that's okay. I'm down with that. And that's all I have, guys, for you today. So I just want to leave that message there, to love thyself. So as with the theme post today, how are you choosing to love yourself? From the theme post from this morning, how do you choose to show yourself love today? How are you showing up and loving yourself today in your business and in your life? And how does that reflect and resonate for you? Okay, so that's all I had today. No pictures on the end of this one, guys. No offers or anything like that. I just wanted to share that with you. Share the love, because it's Love Thyself Friday. Love, truth and badassery, my freaked out friends. I'm out of here. I've got a heap of writing to do because I've got some brilliant stuff to deliver to you today, but I just wanted to share the love. So love, truth and badassery, and remember, you have one life. Hit the fucking button. Love thyself.